to read this point to you now. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it, buddy. Anyway, it said, there was a federal government law enforcement employee who decided to fight against pervasive racism and corruption in the United States Marshal Service under the supervision of the U.S. Department of Justice. He believed in God and he proclaimed the blood of the Lamb, but in spite of all his professions, they told him to go along to get along. Don't fight the system, it'll change in time. Black employees must work hard to prove themselves as managers. Just turn your head when you see injustice against citizens. You can't police everything. It's a good old boy network, and they don't want minorities in the network. And these are things they told me. You have a great career. Please don't destroy it on a crusade against bad cops. If you testify against the marshals on Capitol Hill, management will destroy you for sure. The U.S. Justice Department is too big with too many resources. This is one battle you can't win. 400 years of oppression is not going to change overnight with their EEO complaints. Being called coon and nigger by white employees is not all that bad, man. Just continue to arrest those who we directed to arrest, even if they are all black. I love you, brother, but if you go forward to EO complaints, then I can't be associated with you. I have a family I must feed, and the Justice Department is too big, man. They will destroy you with their mighty power. Take this settlement offer, even if you don't admit to racial discrimination. Take care of yourself, because the black marshals that you are standing in the gap for are afraid and care about only themselves. The Marshal Service will set you up and get you arrested or even killed in the line of duty. Pray to your God in your church sanctuary and let God handle it over there. But don't come over here in the U.S. Department of Justice against this Roman Empire. They will crucify you for sure. Please, Fogg, we love you, man. Don't go alone. Don't let this happen to you. But that same U.S. Marshal repeated, the same God who called me will deliver me in my hour of need. And then late one night, years as he said as this ominous battle continued, that same U.S. Marshal sat in the rain watching over his property after a court-ordered eviction was executed by his own U.S. Marshal colleagues. He sat out there while the tears eased slowly down his face, blending in with the rain. He wondered how long would this battle continue. He then looked up into a dark sky and said, Lord, all my money is running out, my friends and co-workers have abandoned me. He said, I have told my family what, he said, I have not even told my family what I'm going through, and my fiancée has walked away. She said, I should accept whatever money this mighty Justice Department has offered me, because I cannot win this battle. Now I hear the roaring thunder of a mighty enemy charging towards me like pearls on me in the night, and my back is against a sea of despair. It's just you and me now, God. No one else but you and me. But that same U.S. Marshal continued to believe he was standing on holy ground, never giving up. And then years later, on April 28, 1998, 13 years from the time of his first EO complaint, he sat in the United States District Courthouse and waited for a jury to deliver his fate. The jury said, we find in the civil action of Matthew Fogg versus the mighty U.S. Department of Justice that you violated 13 out of 14 of his civil rights. We order you to reinstate him from an inspector GS-13 to a chief deputy GS-15 United States Marshal. We order you to pay all his attorney fees. Furthermore, the jury said, because of all the evidence that we've heard here and Matthew Fogg has presented, we also find all across America, from Los Angeles to Washington, D.C., from Houston, Texas to Maine, we find the entire United States Marshal Service to be a racial hostile environment for all of this African-American Deputy United States Marshal. As he sat there and he heard the jury verdict, the tears once again began to stroll down his face as he looked up into as he looked up into the sky and looked into the courtroom, and he heard an omnipotent voice in his mind, and that voice said, Matthew, my son, remember that night years ago when you sat out in the rain, you said, Lord, all my friends and co-workers, everybody has abandoned me. He said, well, now you too represent the stone that the bill was rejected. And he said, I ask you now, who else do you need? God bless you. Thank you.